back, and now another Doctor Who video. This time the best Doctor Who Christmas specials, and we're starting with The Husbands of River Song.
Hello, sweetie.
Although technically, to look at this one, we actually have to go back quite a ways. See, this is a story dealing with the Doctor and River Song and their, well, her romance travelling in one direction through time and his the other. And look, it's all complicated and I won't go into all of it. Suffice to say, it's one of the few instances in the modern series where the continuity got really complicated and actually got properly tied up in a satisfactory way, and with a story that actually has a really good arc of its own and getting, yeah, a well-deserved dig at the costume department as well.
Now that, my dear, is a suit.
Happy Christmas.
Really? I don't think you've ever given me a present before. It's a sonic screwdriver. How lovely.
When I saw the Sonic Trot, I thought it was just embarrassing.
Oh, thank you.
The next on the list is an 11th Doctor story called A Christmas Carol. It's an interpretation of A Christmas Carol, and it's about the ghosts of Christmas past, present and future. Yeah, I know, you can pretty much just hold your head and run for the room screaming, waiting for a new story to arrive. If that's what you're wanting, then, well, actually it does have new elements. For a start, Charles Dickens never had flying alien sharks and people in cryostatic suspension, and it's very interestingly told, with great performances from Karen Gillan, Arthur Darvill, Matt Smith, and of course Harry Potter's Michael Gambon.
Status update on Engine 1.
How did I get here?
You didn't. It's your turn to be the hologram. Since you're going to let a lot of people die tonight, I thought you might like to see where it's all going to happen.
The sin. What is it? I don't understand.
It's the Doctor's idea. The harmonies resonate in the ice crystals. That's why the fish like it. He thought that maybe it would stabilize the ship, but it isn't working. It's not powerful enough.
Why are they still singing then?
Because we haven't told them. So I understand you have a machine that controls this cloud layer. If you can release us from it, we still have time to make a landing. Nobody has to die.
Everybody has to die.
Not tonight.
Tonight's as good as any other night.
And speaking of actors from Harry Potter, we now move over to a 10th Doctor story with Voyage of the Damned that asks the question I'm sure we've all been pondering, what it would have been like if, instead of crashing into an iceberg, the Titanic had dropped onto London. Well, it doesn't actually quite drop onto London, but that is what is threatening in this story, where we see a whole lot of very random things happening at Christmas time, told in a very quirky way, and yeah, even though there is a lot of peril in this one, I don't think anyone has ever seen the destruction of a major capital city look quite so enjoyable as it is in this story, with both David Tennant and Kylie Minogue giving us a lot of very great moments to look back on.
Hold on! There's an altered tradition on Planet Star.
Yeah, I have really got to go.
Just wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a real tradition, yeah.
See you later.
Oh, yes.
After that, we have a story for the 12th Doctor, or is that the first, called Twice Upon a Time. This is a story in which two separate incarnations of the Doctor both ask themselves the same question. Have they actually been doing more damage to the cosmos than good, and would things, all being considered, be better off if they just let themselves die rather than regenerate? Problem being that if one of them does that, the other one just sort of, pops out of existence. And so the 12th has to go back and stop his first self from ending it all, and in the midst of this there are Cybermen and the Human Miracle, which, if you're not familiar with it, is that moment in World War I when everyone just said fuck the fighting, put down their guns and decided to celebrate Christmas, hence this being a Christmas story. It's actually really well told and is one of the better stories, especially Christmas stories. I very much like it, and whilst it is a Capaldi era story, the definite star of this is the First Doctor.
Like an Arctic storm blowing out there. Come along, Polly, my child, and my crew.
Please, Doctor, you've got the most fantastic wardrobe.
Yes, you don't know what we're in for outside there. Pretty soon we shall be having visitors.
What's different? You've got no feelings.
I do not understand that. Emotions, love, pride, hate, fear.
Have you no emotions, sir?
What's happened to you, Doctor?
I guess this old body of mine is wearing a bit thin.
Doctor, wakey wakey, it's all over now.
No. This isn't all over. It's far from being all over.
What are you talking about?
I must get back to the TARDIS.
And finally, the very best Christmas story is The Christmas Invasion. And I think it manages to be the best because, unlike all the others, it wasn't trying to be anything. It just was able to be a Doctor Who story that happened to fall at Christmas time. Yes, it starts off slow, virtue of the fact that the Doctor spends most of the episode in bed, but that enables all of the other actors to actually do what they do best. Camille Kajiri, Noel Clarke, Penelope Wilkins and Billy Piper rise to the occasion whilst David Tennant naps, and on top of that we have a world-threatening peril, or at least one that threatens the world of everyone in London, with the Sycorax spaceship putting out waves that make everybody want to do what Bird Box is now convincing us is a new idea. In any event, it ends with a scene that is very much deserving of 007, or at least if he was, played by Arthur Dent, and, well, look, I'll let the scene speak for itself.
I challenge you! Oh, that struck a chord. Am I right that the sanctified rules of combat still apply?
You stand as this world's champion.
Thank you. I've no idea who I am, but you've just summed me up. So, you accept my challenge? Or are you just a crana compel casa crisalva?
For the planet.
For the planet.
So those are the 5 best Doctor Who Christmas specials ever, and if you've liked this video, please definitely share, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and please keep yourselves safe.